welcome to my channel. My name is Caroline and welcome to my Stitch Corner, my little corner of the internet where I talk all about cross stitch, sewing, knitting and all the other crafty things I get up to. Today is Saturday, October 26th, and while preparing for this video I realized I haven't filmed a regular Flosstube since September 7th. That's almost 2 months. I had two videos in the meantime, my whip parade and my recap of Stitch in London, but I have a lot written down what I want to show you and talk about today. So grab some stitching, grab something to drink, and I hope you enjoy. I want to start with a big thank you. A lot of you seemed to enjoy my whip parade and a lot of new subscribers joined me since then. So if you are new, welcome to this channel. I hope you like it. I hope you will stick around. I thought I would quickly reintroduce myself. If you're new, as I said, my name is Caroline. I'm 35 years old and I live in Austria, in the south of Austria, with my husband and my cat Mario. In my day job, I work in a bank as a team lead in the kind of back office, and all the crafty things and doing stuff with my hands is what relaxes me, what I do for winding down at night. So yeah, I'm really glad I found this hobby and also that I found this community. I would say I spend the most of my crafty time with cross stitch, but I also, as I said, like to sew. Sometimes I sew my own garments, but I haven't done that in quite a while because it takes a lot of time and effort to do so, and I just haven't had that big chunk of time to do it, but I would love to get back to it. And I also like to do some knitting in between. I only got back to knitting or learned to knit, I would have to say, about a year ago. I originally learned in school way back when, but basically hated it because of all the bad materials and cheap materials we used to use. So yeah, pick that up. I like to do my own fully finishing, so yeah, just a wide variety of crafts you can expect on this channel, with cross stitch being the main focus. If you want to know anything else about me, just leave me a comment down below. Regarding comments, again, I'm way behind comments. I don't know where September and October went actually. I was in Basel in the middle of September. Before that, I was sick and fortunately was good again for going to Basel, but then I had to go to Vienna. I thought I had caught COVID there. Follow up from my whip parade. I didn't, fortunately. Yay. I don't know how that happened, but I have been fighting a cold on and off since the middle of September basically, and so weekends have been either very busy because I have been away. I was in London 2 weekends ago, and then last week I had to go to Vienna for work. So it has been very crazy so far. So I hope that from now on life and everything will get a little bit more relaxed. One more thing I need to finally do is announce the giveaway winners of my, how does it work? There, of my sunflower croquettes that I had a giveaway for while hashtag Sunflower September was happening. Now it's already almost November already. Yeah, so I gave away one of those croquettes here in my YouTube video, my Flosstube extra for Sunflower September. And the second one I gave away on Instagram to everyone, or I drew from everyone that used the hashtag Sunflower September and also tagged me on their post. So here on YouTube, the comment that the random comment picker picked is the one from Love It, Live It, Make It Yours. So congratulations. Yeah, I'm so happy that I get to send this to you. I met her at Big Stitch, and yeah, please write me your address either per email or via DM on Instagram, and I have all the information linked down below. And the winner on Instagram, I put in all the Instagram handles in a reel. Didn't know how else to do it on Instagram. If you have any good suggestions, please let me know. But I put everything in, and the random wheel winner for that is my friend Fanny. Congratulations, her handle on Instagram is Cross Stitch Couture. Fanny, I also don't have your address actually, so please get in contact with me, please, so that I can send the second croquette out to you. I think that's it, what I wanted to say up front, but I really want to get into stitching now because it's been a lot. I have had quite a few starts, especially in September. The first finish I had was on September 26th, and I finished my birthday start, which was Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street Samplers. And I actually finished this exactly 1 month after my birthday on September 26th. And yeah, so I have, let me show you. This is what it looks like. I stitched this with all the called for fancy floss except one green that's in the sunflowers here basically, because I didn't have that one, so I replaced it from stash. All the others are called for, and it is on 40 count creme brulee linen by R&R Reproductions, 1/2. And I was thinking, I have this wooden bamboo tablet thing from IKEA, and I was thinking of maybe finishing this in there. I looked through frames and the standard sizes don't fit, but I think, what would you say? So maybe leaving a little bit of a gap, and then I think this could work with a hanger. Okay. Yeah. So this was finish number 1. Then in October, I had a finish around October 8th. I don't have it with me at the moment because this is the first season for the round robin that I'm doing with my friend Alex from Select Stitches, as well as Fanny and Marion from the Soul Stitchers. And we are all doing the 4 seasonal baskets from Crochet à Gogo. And I have my autumn basket on my own fabric done. I stitched that 2/2 on a 32 count light taupe or taupe, I'm not sure right now, Lugana by Zweigert. But I already gave this to Fanny when I met her in London, so that the next person could stitch on it, so I don't have it with me right now. Speaking of London, I had a very big finish in London. I had planned on finishing this there, and I'm so happy that I managed to do that. I finally finished No Time Like the Present by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is what it looks like. It is stunning. I really need to get onto framing this. I haven't yet. I need to maybe this weekend see if I have a frame that fits, because if not, I need to go to my dad to cut one down to size. This piece I started as a New Year's start on January 1st, and I finished it on October 11th at Stitch in London. This is on a 32 count Lucan by Zweigert, stitched 2/2 with DMC 838 and 840. And it's so pretty. I love how this looks. I love the whole piece, but I also love that it is done. It is the very first piece of that size that I finished. This is what it looks like. Amazing. Yay! I'm so happy about this, and the next Modern Folk Embroidery finish is already in planning. But long way to go. The next finish I had was also in London, the next two actually. This was a start and finish while I'd stitch in London. I started this on October 11th and finished it October 12th. It's just a small piece. The chart was the exclusive that we could pre-order from Yas of Yasmin's Made with Love. And it is on a 32 count even weave fabric by Megan of Coffee Craft. And the flosses are Roxy flosses that it is stitched with. It was only called for the red and the dark blue, but I added in the lighter blue. And there's a charm that I want to add here and some beads that I want to add here and probably make a pillow out of this to remember Stitch in London by. It's a very quick stitch. It was fun to do while right there, and yeah, super happy with that one. And last but not least, I also in London finished Autumn Meditation by Carolyn Manning Designs. And this one is on a 32 count linen by Nicholas Flamel Designs, stitched with all the called for Classic Colorworks fancy flosses 2/2. This was in a Just Cross Stitch magazine in December 2020. I don't think you can get this anywhere else. I haven't found it. But yeah, I started this September 19th last year and finished it October 12th this year. Come a little closer. It's a mandala style, so it was a little bit tedious to do, but it's so pretty. I love it. I love the colors. Just stunning. Yeah, so I was super busy, as you can see. I'm so glad I finished 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in the last month actually, because today's October 26th. So yeah, and I have a few more finishes hopefully in the works, but I also had quite a few new starts, a lot of new starts. The first start I want to show you was still for hashtag Sunflower September. Yes, that is how long I haven't filmed the regular Flosstube. And it is called Sunflower Garden by the Old Barn Stitching Co. This was given to us in the retreat bag from Big Stitch, and I started it on September 17th. I have it in my own sunflower croquette because it's just a small piece, so it fits. And in here I also have my wonderful sunflower needle minder made by Laura from Cotton and Clay UK. Oh, I love this. Yeah, so I am stitching this on a 27 count Linda in the color Whisper. Linda is an even weave. So I originally wanted to do this 2/2, but didn't like how it looked, and then decided to make it tiny. So up there you can still see the start of the big one, and then down here my tiny start. It's going to be so cute. And these are the threads. I'm using the two called for Cottage Garden threads in Oregano and Marigold. And then picked two overdyes for the browns. They were called for in DMC, but I thought I have them, so why not? Yeah, this won't be long to finish, I guess, but also not anymore in the mood for sunflowers, to be quite honest with you. So we'll see how and when this is getting finished. Next year in September at the latest, I would guess. Next up, I had a new start, which is also a stitch along. I started this at Stitch Basel with Deborah from at Surimimi and Alex Stitches. This lives in this super cute chicken project bag that I made. And the pattern is Cabin in the Woods from Flossabilities. I started this at the retreat, as I said, and haven't touched it since. This is on a 40 count linen that I dyed myself. It's a dark denim blue, and yeah, it comes across more black gray on camera than it is in real life. In real life, it's a little bit more bluish purplish. And yeah, as you can imagine, dark blue fabric 40 count is not that easy to stitch on, but it's just perfect for the chart. So I will get to it, just not yet. This is what I have so far. I'm using the Cold for DMC. And actually, Deborah is already done with hers. She has a finish. I'm in awe. I just have a corner. Yeah. But really, really like this so far. And yeah, someday I will get back to this. Have I started this September 21st. The next new start was from September 26th. September 26th was the 50th birthday of my friend Sally from Flossy Sews and Grows, and she started Americana Blue for her birthday, and I wanted to join her, but I didn't want to do the whole thing, so I made my own chart basically, which is a lot of the sewing tools on the top, but also added in a few from down here and changed the borders. And yeah, so made my own chart out of it. I'm stitching this on 40 count old blue linen by XGU Designs, and this is my start. This will be the whole height of the chart. So it's going to be very long, but not very high. And the floss I'm using is a Valdani cotton in withered blue. This was just one evening of stitching. And yeah, sure I will get back to this one day, but haven't yet, but that's fine. I have had one more September start, and I just realized that I don't have the whip with me right now because I showed this in my whip parade, and now it is already in my pile of whips and haven't thought to bring it here. So yeah, I will just tell you about it and insert a picture of where I am. On September 27th, I started Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut together with my friend Alex from Select Stitches. And I'm doing this with all the called for colors, so the DMC, and I think there's 2 overdyes in there. And I'm stitching it on a 46 count beige gray linen that I bought from XGU Designs while at Stitch Basel. I only have one evening of stitching in there too, because then I got distracted by other things and I just had so many new starts in September. It was kind of crazy. But I'm super happy I started this. I love the chart, and I'm also super happy that I'm stitching this together with my friend Alex. So cannot wait to get back to that one. And well, thinking that I had a lot of new starts in September. Well, I could have had less starts in October, but I had quite a few still. Oh well. So on October 1st, I started Halloween Sampler by Crochet A Go-Go together with my friend Alex from Select Stitches and also Jen from Jen's Fiber Web. And I think there are quite a few other people joining in with this. And I am doing mine on a 40 count Old Massachusetts linen from the Primitive Hair. And this is what I have so far. You cannot see a lot. I have a wonderful needle minder on here that I got from my friend Fanny. And how can I show this to you? I started in the middle because I wanted to get to that big, wonderful house. Okay, yeah. So I started with that wreath down here, then worked my way up, and here's the house. And you cannot see the white that well, but there will be some light gray and other colors around it, so that will be fine. And yeah, this is 40 count linen, as I said. I'm stitching this with all the called for colors, but with CXC threads, 1/2. And the CXC on the overdyed 40 count makes for a really nice plump coverage. So I really love how this looks. And the colors, I hope to get this out still a little bit in October, next week basically, until Halloween, maybe even stitch on it on Halloween for a bit. Yeah, I love the thing. And go check out Alex and Jen's Instagram because they started in different spots. I think Alex in the bottom right and Jen in the top right. So Jen has a really cute grumpy owl already done. Super sweet. Then there was Stitch in London, where I started the Stitch in London piece that is already done. And on October 12th, which was the Saturday, I started something that I had been waiting for ages. I'm talking about Floral Motif Sampler by the Scarlet House. I had wanted to start this since the day that Elizabeth of Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch showed it in her video when she went to the attic and bought their silk conversion. And I was fortunate enough that I could order that conversion, ship it to my friend Whitney, who came over to the UK for Stitch in London Weekend 1. And she brought it with her, and I could pick it up the week after. So I had to start it immediately. This is my small new start. Yes, it will fit on that piece of fabric. I'm shocked too, but it's 40 count. So this is 40 count desert taipan linen by Fox and Rabbit. I don't know if this comes across the right color. This is a dusty rosy beige, I would say. Super pretty. And yeah, I got started a little bit in the border and some of the flowers just to make counting easier. So this is my fabric, and the flosses, a little bit of, no, not a mess. These are the colors I have already used. So far it's all been dinky dyes. Oh, so soft and pretty. And all the ones that I haven't used yet are on this ring. There is dinky dyes and gum nutsels, never used them. There's Belsoir, and yeah, I cannot wait to stitch some more on this. It is so lovely, and I'm so excited that I finally got to start it. I still had one more new start while in London, because the Sunday was October 13th, and it was just perfect timing to start another Halloween piece. It is in this bag that I made, and I have a little zipper pull on there that another attendee from Stitch in London gifted me. And in here is one of my favorite pieces at the moment, and this is Halloween Tree by Renato Parolin. As I said, I started this on October 13th, and it is another stitch along with my friend Alex from Select Stitches, because why not? These are all the calls for colors. Oh, I love them. They are my colors, through and through. And I'm stitching this on a 36 count linen that is from Megan Coffee Crafts, and I bought this at Big Stitch. And this is what I have so far. Yeah, I have a lot. I've got so much done on this already. Basically, the whole fat tree trunk is done. I have a wonderful pumpkin needle minder that my friend Fanny gifted me. I'm stitching this 1/2 on the 36 count with CXC threads, and it is just a joy to stitch. This goes so quickly. I actually was stitching this while in the train to Vienna last week, and I managed over 300 stitches in an hour. Yes, I timed myself, and yes, that's a true count, and I have no idea how I did it, but it was just go, 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 and so fun and so easy to do. Oh, I love this chart. I love this tree. Yeah, amazing. I had, as I said in my, if you have seen it in my video from Stitch in London, I had not expected loving this that much, and I do. And it's the fabric is so wonderful to handle, and the CXC does not, it goes quickly. So far it was block stitching. It was round block stitching, which was kind of boring, but also not, because you get a lot of progress. Yeah, just love this. Very, very fun chart and fun project back too. I have one last start to show you. I started this October 21st, and there's actually a sale starting for this today, October 26th. I am talking about Matter in Hand by Jeanette Douglas. And the stitch along that I'm talking about is hosted by Brenda, Handwork Maniac, and I now know that my friend Kim, that I met at Big Stitch, is also part of it. I'm not quite sure who else, but there's a group of ladies that meets at Stitch West in October, which is happening this weekend, and they start a new chart to have it done the next year in October. So the stitch along is called October to October Sal, I think. But everyone is welcome to join. Brenda also said this on her videos, so, and I had this in my stash. So I started a few days early though. So I didn't like how the writing was looking like. So I took the chart, omitted the writing, and then compressed it in a way a little bit, so it's almost square, but not quite. I also changed up the little stars and thingies in between to make it look rounded. And yeah, the whole thing is actually now, for me, not that big. And also, if you do the original version, I think mine is just under 8,000 stitches. I am stitching this with some very special things. So let me just show you what my start is. This is my start, just one evening of stitching. I started in the top left, and I'm stitching this on a linen I bought in London from Swan Bay Fabrics. This is light sandy ton 40 count by Swan Bay Fabrics. It's just a very, very beige neutral, super pretty. And I'm doing this with the Vicky Clayton silk conversion. She has that on her website. And oh, I love those silks. They are so wonderful to stitch with. If you have never done it, if you get the chance, yes, they're not that, yes, they're a little bit pricey, but not for what you get actually. And of course, in Europe, it's hard to get them. But if you get the chance, try them. Lovely. I pull off one length of thread, and the leftovers I have on this thread holder we got from Stitch in London. So only 2 colors so far. I think Brenda from Handwork Maniac and her group usually divide the chart into 12 parts to have a goal for each month. She hasn't, I don't think she has put that out yet. I will keep an eye out and also have to see if that works for me with my changed up chart. But I also don't know if I want to have the goal of having this done in a year. But then it's also only 8,000 stitches, so very doable. We will see. It's just wonderful to stitch with. And it starts wise. It has been a lot, but it's also been almost 2 months. So yeah, what we tell ourselves, right? Next category is whips. I only have 3 I need or want to show you because all the new starts and finishing big things, smaller things, generally finishing stuff has taken up quite a bit of time. So yeah, I don't have that many whips right here. The first one still for now lives in this project bag, but I think I need to change that because in here lives Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. This was their 2021 stitch along. And my goal is to have mine finished by October next year because I will hopefully go to Stitch in London again. And I was at the table with Freya, and she's also stitching on this. And we kind of made a goal to finish it next year at Stitch in London, which is going to be interesting because this is what I have so far, and this is the fabric it needs. Well, yeah. Let me come closer. This is, as I said, my progress so far. I'm stitching this on the exact same linen that I did No Time Like the Present on. 32 count Lucan, and this is done with 2 colors of anchor threads. I am about 25% done, which not too bad. And I did the math, and I have to do 750 stitches a week to have this done next year, in a year, with I think 2 weeks to spare. So I took the whole stitch count and I divided it by 50. That's a lofty goal, I have to admit, but I think I can do it. Last week I managed to put in my 750 stitches, hence why I'm showing it today. And yeah, I still have to put in this week's 750. And I worked in that area. You will hopefully, probably, see this quite a bit in the next year. And to have it out and on my Lowry, I have this on an 11-inch Q-snap to have it on my Lowry. And I want to have a bag where that Q-snap fits in. So I need to make one of those and then have this bag for something else. The next whip I'm working on lives actually in the project bag that I had my No Time Like the Present in before. But it kind of fit the vibe, because in here is Forest Fairy Tale Sal by Quaternion Creations. This was a mystery stitch along because the whole thing is out now. I think last week was when the last clue was released. And I'm a little bit behind, but not too bad. So I finally cut down the fabric to a more manageable size. And yeah, as you can see, I only have a little bit in the corner, or a little bit. I don't know if it's a little bit, but not too bad. So I have to finish up the Rapunzel clue there. And then there's 2 more clues. And I really hope to have this finished in November. I think I can do it. I can do a lot of stitching in a short amount of time on this, because this is stitched with sulky thread 1/2 36 count linen by XTU Designs in the color Kiwi. Very fitting. So yeah, I want to have this as a finish as soon as possible. I was actually stitching on this in the train going home from Vienna yesterday. And an older lady with her grandkids was sitting next to me. And then she was like, sorry, what are you doing there? Is this cross stitch? And I said, yes, it's cross stitch. Oh, this looks so different than the ones I did. And then she told me that her granddaughter, who was about 8, 9, I would guess, is learning cross stitch in school. And so I showed this to her, and she recognized all the fairy tales, like up here, Red Riding Hood, and then we have Snow White here and Rapunzel. And yeah, it was so nice and very good feeling. So I hope to show this to you as a finish very, very soon. And as I said, I have lofty goals. So the next one is also one I want to finish very, very soon. I have it in this project bag I made. And in here lives my Autumn Night Garden by Tiny Modernist. This is not available at the moment. It was her Patreon chart from November 2023. So I would guess she will release that very soon, because it was also quite popular. This is where I am, and I made so much progress on this. When I picked this bag up, I only had this butterfly. All the rest is new. I only have this butterfly a little bit here, and then the border to add, and then it's done. This is for kind of a challenge out of a Zoom group that I am part of. This was the whip that was picked for me to work on, and I had to do just over 1,100 stitches to meet the challenge. I already did that, so I'm basically fine on that. But now I want to finish it, because it's really not too much left. I think there are now about 1,000 stitches left on this. So I can totally do that, and I want to do it. Yeah, this is on 36 count gunmetal linen by Weeks Dye Works. It's the old Weeks, the very soft Weeks. I really went to town on this with my steamy iron and some spray starch, and now in the Q-Snap, it's now in the Q-Snap, it's workable for me. So yeah, one more look. I'm doing this with CXC threads 1/2 on the 46 count. Oh, and there's quite a bit of backstitch still to do. Yeah, can't forget that. And that is actually it whip-wise. I have one more thing I want to show you because it's in there. So while in London, I saw Fanny stitching a lot in Q-Snaps with grime guards, and I never got into them. And then I borrowed one from her, and I really, really loved it. So of course I had to make myself a grime guard. And I used this super cute fabric here. And I have to say, yeah, they're amazing. I'm not so worried about dirt on my fabric because that's never really been an issue for me. I just wash my hands before stitching. But handling all this extra fabric and having that contained is just very nice. I used to use those, there's one, these, and I still use them, magnetic cable ties. But now I have so many super cute needle minders, and if I have those on my fabric, I don't need a needle minder because they're magnetic. I know, first world problems, but I have everything in those thingies now, and then a cute needle minder, I'm good to go. So my goal for the next days is also to make a few more of these. Just, yeah, they're quite easy to make. If you want to make one, I personally like the tutorial from the Giddy Stitcher the most. Just don't make them too narrow. This is 6 inches and I think that's perfect. Plans. I already talked a little bit about some finishes I want to have, hopefully in the next few weeks. Continue working on my Fruits of Plenty to have that done in a year, which is, cannot even think that far, but yeah. One X at a time. Also, why these many finishes? One is just fun to have finishes. And then when I went home from London, I was kind of a little bit in a funk and a little overwhelmed. And I have a goal for myself now. And I decided that I want to go into the new year with less than 50 whips. Right now I have 47, which totally fine. Yeah, but I still have some starts planned, and then there's Christmas and December coming up, and I just want to have some buffer there. So the more I finish, the more I can start and still be below 50, which is still a huge number. Some planned new starts. I want to start Home for Christmas by Plum Street Samplers. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, we will see. Then probably something before Black Sampler November, even though I haven't fully decided yet what I'm going to start there. And I'm sure I will be starting something from the Jingle Ball or for the Jingle Ball. I will be going to the Jingle Ball. I have it already planned. I have taken the Monday off from work to recuperate from that weekend and to catch up on some sleep. I haven't bought my tickets yet because I still haven't figured out what classes I want to take. Since I'm in Europe, I can only take PDF classes, so I'm not in a terrible rush. I just need to get them in time if I have some pre-stitching to do. Yeah. So still, if you go to the Jingle Ball and take some classes, leave me down below what classes you're taking because I'm still undecided. The next section I want to talk about is haul. If you want to see quite a bit of haul, go check out my last video because there has quite a bit of haul in London. Yep. So yeah, there is a big part there. And other than that, I ordered 2 thread advent calendars. The first one is from Evertoad. The order for this was, I think, at the end of January, which is crazy to think about. And it came, I think, 2 weeks ago. Wow, that customs charge was no joke. I'm really glad that I did it this year and I'm happy to have it. I just don't think that I will get it next year because shipping is expensive still. Well, okay, it is what it is, but the customs charge was flooring me, to be honest. So yeah, so that's a pity. But then I also got the Fred Advent calendar from Tommy and Lily, and they're from France. I haven't gotten that in yet. I don't know when they will be shipping it, but from France it's way quicker until it arrives here. No customs charges because it's the EU, and I haven't ever stitched with them before, but my friend Alex is a big fan and recommended them. So yeah, super excited about that as well. I have one more order on my way. I ordered a few more Q-snaps from Casa Cenina, but I didn't order the original brand because I actually prefer the one from Kailin. They're a Turkish brand, and in my opinion, they are more sturdy and better made than the originals. I have both to compare. So if you are from the EU, you can get them from Casa Cenina. They didn't have them in stock for, I think, 6 or 7 months, and they are back now. I have no idea where you can get them other than that, but I can really recommend them if you like Q-snaps. Last but not least, I again want to mention some Flosstubers, some channels that have mentioned me or that I have watched in the last few weeks. So yeah, let me just get to it. So thank you so much. If you mentioned me in your videos, I really appreciate it. The first one is Stitching Mama. She has a new video out and she has a German Flosstube channel. So if you speak German or if you want to learn or if you just want to look, it doesn't matter. You can look at the wonderful projects even if you don't understand German. Then Mama Loves You GB, whom I met at Stitch in London, mentioned me. Also Jacinta from Crafting on the Plains. She is a wonderful person. I have no idea how she does it all, but she does, and I love watching her videos. Then Alison and Stephanie, they have so many great videos. They have new videos for us very frequently. Kudos to you too. Thank you so much also for mentioning me in your video. Then there's Karen the Stitching Owl, who I met at the Midsummer Stitch. Then the Cheshire Stitcher mentioned me. Thank you so much. Heritage Stitching, I think she's from Ukraine and living in Italy. She was at Stitch Puzzle too, but unfortunately we didn't get to talk there. You couldn't talk to everyone. But she mentioned me in her video. Then Lauren from Flossabilities, the designer of my Cabin in the Woods. Jen's Fiber Web, I already mentioned her. She's doing the Halloween sampler, and now in October she did this wonderful vlog style video format where she did a new start or a whip every day for Halloween, and she vlogged herself doing it. Super fun. And last but not least, my two friends, Marion and Fanny from the Soul Stitchers. Yeah, was a joy to catch up with you two and to watch your latest video. I feel like I talked a lot and also not that much. Again, we're in this last part of the video where every time I start rambling because I have no idea what to say. I feel like I had so many projects today that I flew through them, spoke very quickly. You can always change the speed on YouTube videos if you want. Make it faster, make it slower, whatever works for you. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, for watching my update after such a long time. I will now get on to my goals, to work on them, to do what I said I wanted to do. And that's it for now, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!